Hi again, everybody. In this lecture, I want to talk about the importance of backlinking. Okay, now I haven't discussed it much. I have mentioned it, but backlinking is a very important part of search engine optimization. And essentially what backlinking is, it's this. Anytime there is a link from another website or web page or news story or blog or YouTube page or whatever, anytime there is a link from somewhere else to your video or website, that is considered a backlink. Now, why do backlinks matter? Well, it's one of the critical factors considered by search engines to rank websites or videos when considering the multitude of responses they could give anytime you put in a search. If you put in a search of a keyword, they have to decide between sometimes hundreds of thousands of different websites or videos as to which of those should be on top of their search results. And why am I talking about it now, and why didn't I talk about it earlier during the web video optimization portion of the course? Well, because this is a core SEO techniques. Web developers, webmasters all use it to enhance their websites with Google and with other search engines. But we are still in the Stone Ages when it comes to the web video marketing and optimization world. According to industry experts, only 25% of companies are using web video to drive traffic to their site. So it is early in the game. And at these early stages, with the adoption of web video for marketing growing only moderately, you don't really need to do a lot of backlinking to your videos. Okay, that may sound brash, but in my experience, even in some pretty darn competitive markets, fully optimizing your YouTube video marketing campaign, including your YouTube page or channel and each uploaded video, that's usually going to be enough to produce page one Google results with head-spinning speed and head-spinning certainty. And if you're following this strategy to a T, you've already created some very important backlinks when you put your YouTube address on your LinkedIn files, on your Facebook, on your Google+, and on your Instagram, for example. However, having said that, if you're a marketing manager for a multi-million-dollar company and you're in the process of developing your web video marketing campaign, and let me tell you, we do have some of those people following this course, I advise that you should begin from the ground up. In fact, I'd say you'd be negligent if you did not consider a robust backlinking strategy as part of your overall online campaign. Now, I'm talking to those multi-million-dollar managers. But for us little guys, I'd like to recommend that you set a moderate goal for establishing new and significant backlinks. If you're already doing a separate blog, perfect. As often as your blog appears is as often as you'll add at least one more backlink. But when I refer to significant backlinks, the higher the stature of the backlinker in the eyes of Google. In other words, the more important that the website is to Google that links to your site, the better grade they have, the better grade you get, the more credibility you'll get from Google for it, and thus better rankings. In other words, if you're selling paintings on your website and the Museum of Art in New York City decided to put a link on their website over to your website, well, Google has already figured out that the Museum of Art in New York is a pretty good judge of who's who in the art world. And they consider their links to be primarily to others who are important in the art world. And so the backlink to your site would immediately indicate to Google that you're important to the art community. Now, I'm sure it's pretty evident to you why Google would assign a higher value to your backlink for the Museum of Art than the one to your personal blog. I'm just making a point. But every backlink counts, at least for something. So you do want to continuously try to expand your backlink portfolio. Use social media often and in a positive manner, and always include a link to your YouTube channel or YouTube videos, or both. Again, YouTube is owned by Google, and they want to see every social media post on earth linked back to either Google or YouTube. And whenever you visit a website that you feel might be a valuable location for a link to your product or service, find a way to ask for a link on that site. There's no reason to be shy about it. Webmasters and site owners get these types of requests all the time. You'll get varying responses. Some will say no right away, some will say yes right away, and some might not even answer. My style is that if they say yes, give them a very nice thank you letter and try to follow up. Make sure that you see the link come on so you can remind them and thank them again that the link never showed up if there's an issue with it. And then try to sort of keep them in mind as another client of yours as you sharpen the focus of your video marketing campaign. You know, it really is about getting in the mind of your client and your customer. And these people are trying to make sure that they funnel people over to your business. Try to keep them in mind as you sharpen the focus of your video marketing campaign. If the website responds with an email saying no thank you, you should probably cross them off your list. In most cases, it's just not even going to be worth it to try to figure out why they said no. It's just not worth the time. And in the case that you get no answer at all, I always figure it's pretty cheap to resend an email, so I give those sites at least 3 or 4 more requests before I cross them off the list. So I suggest you do at least the same, maybe even more. Don't be shy. Now, if you keep that up, even once a week, you're going to find that you develop a pretty substantial number of backlinks before you know it, and Google loves those numbers. As your competitors start to discover the power of this process, the web video campaign marketing process, and more importantly, the well-optimized web video campaign, backlinking is going to grow in importance. So it's worth beginning now a consistent, moderate backlink building campaign right from the start. So again, why does backlinking matter? It's one of the critical factors considered by search engines when they try to figure out how to rank a website or video for any particular keyword or keyword phrase. Why didn't I talk about it earlier? It's really not something you're going to need to develop unless you're in a very highly competitive field. You're not going to have to put a lot of focus on it right now. A little campaign will go a long way. If you're in a very highly competitive field, sure, go ahead and jump in, but it really isn't part of the video optimization process. It's more part of the larger web optimization process, and if you're in a very competitive field, you're going to have to conquer that as well. But we're still in the stone ages of web video marketing, as I said, and at these early stages, it's a very rare case that you're going to have to develop an enormous backlink portfolio just to get to the top of Google. Highly optimized video uploaded to YouTube is showing up number 1, page 1 of Google as we speak. And again, if you're following the strategy to a T, you've already created some pretty important backlinks already. So just keep up the good work with that. For us little guys, keep up a consistent program. The bigger guys get on it from the start. And again, one last reminder, the higher the stature of the backlinker, the person you're trying to get linked to link back to you, or the website you're trying to get linked back to you, the better the grade you're going to get from Google for that link. So try to spend your energies on creating backlinks from web resources that have the highest stature.